Hello, welcome to Squishy Vision. I guess River's taking over this stream because he just turned up for some reason. Nope, he's gone. Okay, I need to stop doing these reaction videos like at 3 in the morning because eepy. I just want to test that my new chat thing is working real quick. I'm gonna type a hello and see what happens. Interesting comes through the YouTube chat. I shouldn't do it this time. The YouTube chat at whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, this is Lower Decks of Gods and Angels. I have forgotten to change the background for this thing. Interesting development on the Boimler side. The whole thing about, because obviously the message that you often get pushed towards is that you should always be yourself. You shouldn't copy and try to be someone else, because that always leads to bad things happening. And that might be still where this arc ends up going, but the fact that they're playing around with the idea of actually him trying to copy the more successful version of himself is actually winning for him is an interesting play around with that trope. I mean, it seems to be going all wrong from the beginning, and then it kind of plays out at the end, and then even someone as sensible as Rutherford is like, oh, actually, maybe I should get in on that. I find very interesting. Interestingly, that no one decides to intervene and point out that what the doctor did to Boimler is technically assault. I guess if you're the chief medical officer and you have a reputation, you can do the assault. That happens. I like that as the show often does, we're referencing something fairly kind of obscure from the original series. This was the Greek deities, the aliens who were inspiring the Greek deities, and one of their kind of grandchildren has joined Starfleet. I do like the kind of the twist. I like I do think that actually, I think it's a good way to push Marina's character development. I'm basically giving them someone who is them but earlier on, and like comparing that. It's done fairly often. It's a very good way to examine the characters. But the interesting twist is that actually Ollie isn't a proto Mariner, but instead someone who has completely different motivations to be the way that they are, and that's a twist, and that's actually kind of clever, I think, when you think about it, and it's a good bit of that kind of character moment for Mariner to realise that. So they're similar in some ways but not in other ways, and Mariner was all like, oh well, basically someone who wants to be like a rebel, so I'm gonna like try to play into that, but then guide him back to like the true path. But actually there was no rebellion, they were just wanting to like not be outed for their powers and worrying about that. Worrying about getting to Starfleet. So that was interesting. The cube and circles thing was funny. The joke, sometimes really silly jokes get me more than they should, and the whole thing about V squares being annoyed that the number 10 has a 0 in it and the 0 is too round, therefore offensive, it's just silly, and I kind of appreciate that joke. And it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet situation, but actually it's not. The two children who fall in love create something that they both find aesthetically pleasing and persuade them to actually make a union, I guess, so they can become one species. I will probably have more thoughts on this episode if I actually did this video immediately after I watched it and not about 6-7 hours later at 3 in the morning. I have kind of woken myself up though, so what I might do is watch the Doctor Who Children Need preview and talk about that. So I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. See you all in about 5 minutes after I go watch that. Bye.